Today, we're going to be taking a look at Bertha AI. And now you may be saying to yourself, Paul, do we really need another AI-based tool? Everything these days is AI. When are we going to have a toilet that is AI-based, that knows when you want to go and flushes when you're finished? Well, there probably already is one, but we'll leave that to a different conversation. But what makes Bertha AI a little bit different and maybe a little bit more interesting? Well, most AI tools are just SaaSes. In other words, software as a service. You log in, you do the work that you want, and that's kind of it. However, Bertha AI is a little different. Its focus is about WordPress. So once you have a license, once you pay for your subscription, and there is a free version available, and we'll take a look at the pricing in a moment. Once you've done that, then you can connect this up to your WordPress account and it becomes available inside WordPress, but not only inside just the normal WordPress. It also works with pretty much all of the most popular page builders, Elementor, Divi, those kinds of things. And we will take a look at that in this video. Before we do, let's just take a quick look at the website, take a look at the pricing so you get an understanding of how this is priced. So if we take a look at the Bertha AI website, link is in the description, so I would recommend checking this out for yourself so you get a full breakdown of what's included. If we take a look, you can see this is basically integrated into WordPress. That's kind of its key strength, and if you've ever used an AI-based writing tool, you'll kind of know what to expect, and Bertha AI is no real difference with regards to that. What this comes down to is the quality of the content that it outputs, and that's the key with any kind of AI tool. So I would suggest taking a look at this, you get a real feel for everything. But let's take a look at the pricing, because let's be honest, I know that's why you're at this point looking at this. So this is where we are at the moment. If you're paying yearly, you're starting at $25 per month, and most of this comes down to the number of words that you want and the number of users and or websites. So you can see we start at $25 a month. That gives you unlimited users with a single website and 20,000 words per month. 14-day money-back guarantee if you decide this isn't for you. And then the plans move up from there to the Pro Unlimited, which comes out at $83 per month. But that's 500,000 words per month, priority support, unlimited websites, unlimited users. So if you wanted to use something like this for your clients, that may be a perfect option for you. But if you want to, you can also jump onto a pay-as-you-go plan. So you may only want to use this once in every while, or when you set a website up and then have no need for it for the other 11 months of the year. Well, you have the option there, and you can set this up based upon the pay scale that you want for the number of words that you want and a one-off kind of fee. So that's basically the pricing side of things of Bertha and the information. But what you're really interested in is, how does it all work? Well, I've already gone ahead and installed it, linked it up to my actual website, which is incredibly easy to do. It's a 2 or 3 second job done. I do like that. And when you do, you're going to get a new entry inside the dashboard, and this is the Bertha AI section. Now, depending upon the plan that you have, you may not have access to the long form content option. So I will take a look at that, but like I say, check to make sure that if you are looking specifically for the ability to write long form content, that you purchase a plan that actually has that included. Okay, so let's first of all take a look at the general settings, because there actually is some useful information in here. So what this does is, this is the section where you outline the key basic starting point information for the website that you're working on and using Bertha AI on. So we've got the brand name, we've got a company description, your ideal customer, and the tone of voice. Now the tone of voice is important because this is what's used to create the content. So if you want to have a light-hearted, witty manner, then you may want to put witty for your tone of voice. If you have an industry that you're creating content for that really is a little bit more focused, a little bit less light-hearted, you can use terminology that actually matches that tone of voice. So for this example, let's just change this from informal and we'll put in witty inside there, because let's be honest, we all want to be witty because that's what wins the day. Then we've got Bertha Everywhere. We can enable or disable this, and what that really means is, if you want Bertha to be available for every single entry in any kind of form, that's your text entry, your titles, your SEO, all those kinds of things, Everywhere will give you that. However, if you want it to be a little bit less obtrusive and you want to push it out the way and only use it when you want, you can use the Not Everywhere, and then when you want to use Bertha AI, you can simply click on the little icon, that will activate it, you can start using it. We leave it set on to Everywhere for this example. I'll save my changes and we are done inside here. So let's go ahead and take a look at launching Bertha. Now you can see this opens up on the right hand side the Bertha basic panel, and this is where you kind of start working. So you can see this is broken down into 3 distinct areas. Let's expand this a little to see a bit better. You've got your templates, your history, and your favorites. Then underneath there you can search the templates, and templates are basically starting point building blocks that you use the AI on that's kind of been trained to create content in that. So maybe SEO titles, it might be the title for an article or a section, it could be an opening paragraph, those kinds of things. You get the kind of feeling. We can break these down a little further if we don't want to search, or we can simply scroll through all of the options, and there are a lot of options. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back out of this and we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up a page that I've already created. Okay, so we're going to be creating some content around affiliate marketing. We're going to use this as the basis for our example. Now you can see, because we've got the title of the page and we've got Bertha AI set up to be everywhere, you can see that we get this little icon, and when we hover over it we get these little sort of radio signals. This is the Bertha AI icon, and then we can use this to open up the Bertha AI panel. So we're not going to worry about the title. I'm happy with the title, but let's click underneath and we want to start creating an outline for what this blog post is going to be about. So let's go and open up Bertha. Let's go in to open this up a little bit wider, and we're going to go in and take a look at the blog options. And inside there we have currently 5 different templates to use. So let's use the blog post outline to give us a kind of feel for what we want this particular article to be about. So we'll click on that. Then Bertha's going to go ahead and start asking us some questions. So what is the title of this article? So this is Getting Started. Let's generate our ideas. And once we generate the ideas, this comes back now with a set of different ideas. These are the outlines for this particular content. Now, when it comes to AI, it's an ongoing process. So what you see today, the results you may see in this video, may get considerably better if you decide to hop on board or you take a look at this a little further down the line. AI is something that is always becoming better, becoming stronger. There's more information being fed into it. It's being told what's good, what's bad. And you can kind of use that to your advantage as well inside Bertha AI. So when you're looking through these different options, you may find some are a little bit gibberishy, and most of the tools that I've used will still come back with this kind of slightly hit and miss to start off with until you start to train it. And obviously the content, if you are very, very niche content, then there's going to be less information out there for the AI algorithm to latch onto to create content. So you do have to use this as a starting point. You could use it to do everything, but the reality is I probably wouldn't recommend doing that. Okay, so let's take a look at what we've got. First one we come up with, first glance about affiliate marketing. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Online information explaining affiliate marketing. They're all right. So we can kind of go through. Now the next one's an introduction, which is a kind of a strange one, but there we go. This is looking a lot better though. What is affiliate marketing? How do I set up affiliate information? And how do I find affiliates that are relevant to me? Etc, etc. That makes a lot more sense. So we could use that as the starting point for our particular article or post. Now you'll notice that we get these 4 icons next to each one of these entries. And what these allow us to do is to copy it to the clipboard. We can favorite this, so we might want to come back later. We might want to use these to sort of glean as much information, put them into a little sort of section that's our favorites, come back to those and then start to formulate things a little later. Or we might just want to save them as ideas. We can also go ahead and delete this. So like for example, this sort of first one doesn't make a lot of sense. We'll hit delete on there. That's been removed now from our options. We've also got the final option, which is to report this. So if we choose to report it, my understanding would be that this will help train the algorithm to say that this just isn't really very good. You can also go ahead and generate more ideas, or you can ignore what you've got inside you when you're finished and choose another template. But for our example, I like this third option, or now second option. So I'm going to click on this, and you can see that now selects that and starts to insert that into our content. Once we've done that, we've now got that list inside there. So we've created our outline. Now, let's just close this down. So now what we can do is we can go ahead and we can start to flesh this out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, what is affiliate marketing. We're going to make a bit of space underneath. And inside there, we're going to use Bertha AI again. So we're going to click on that. We're going to choose a different template this time. Let's expand this out a little bit. Blog is, again, perfectly fine. So what we can do is now we can set our blog intro paragraph. So let's click on that. And now we've got the questions that are going to be asked of us to create this content. Now you can see that this is pulling in the information from our settings. So the informal for the sentiment, my ideal customer. Now you might want to change this This is just putting that basic placeholder information in. The post or content you may be creating might have totally different information required for your ideal customer and so on. So let's just change the sentiment to, again, witty. We leave our ideal customer, and the article, again, is, well, actually, forget the article title. We're going to use this now with the what is affiliate marketing, which is that sort of first bullet point in our outline. Let's generate some ideas from there. So after a couple of seconds, you can see it now comes back with some ideas. Again, let's take a look at these. Now, these are no longer bullet lists. These are now an opening paragraph, and you can use this opening paragraph even though it kind of says it's an opening paragraph for an article. You could just repeat the process of what is affiliate marketing? How do I set up affiliate information? You can use these to formulate and go back and forth to create and flesh out this information, and then customize it to make it a little bit more unique. Even though AI is good, you still want to give it your voice. It still has to sound like it comes from you. But let's take a look. So affiliate market is a form of performance-based advertising in which the affiliates get paid for the results they generate. This is one of the easiest ways to start making money online because you don't need your own product or website, etc., etc., etc. So that's a pretty good actual answer to that question. If we want to, we could generate more ideas. We can add these to our favorites. We can delete anything we don't like. But let's just say I like the look of that one. All I need to do now is click on it, give it a couple of seconds, and there we go. We've now started to create our article. So we can go ahead, we can just adjust this to make everything look a little bit neater and tidier. But you can see we're very quickly starting off creating our outline, then fleshing that out, all done inside Bertha AI. So that's pretty cool, but that's something you've probably already seen many times just being done inside WordPress. But let's close this down. Let's save this as a draft, and let's open up Elementor. Now, it doesn't have to be Elementor. It could be Divi. It could be Visual Composer, if anybody actually still uses that these days. But we can also use it directly inside the editor itself. We don't need to be doing this inside Gutenberg and then opening it up inside our page builder. So let's go ahead and add in a text editor into our page. Once you do that, you can see if we hover over and click on the entry area, we can edit and add our content. We get the little Bertha AI icon. Well, we did. There we go. We can click on that and we have Bertha AI available directly inside here as well. So we're no longer limited to doing this inside Gutenberg and then pulling it into Elementor. You could do it directly inside Elementor. And as you can see, there's a ton of options inside your call to actions, section title generators, service product benefits. So if you want to use this with WooCommerce, which again, it integrates directly into, you could use this to do just that. So all those things are pretty cool. So it's nice to see that we have those options. Okay, so we're back onto our affiliate marketing article, and I've gone ahead and installed SEO Press. So you can see that we've got the title section, our meta description, and so on. Now, if we click inside the title, you can see that gives us, again, the Bertha AI. Let's give it a click on there. This time, let's choose the SEO options, and you can see SEO title tag, description, city-based pages, keyword suggestions, and so on. So let's grab that SEO title tag option. So we're going to put our brand in, which in this example isn't that important. So again, we've got beginner's guide to affiliate marketing, and the keyword for this example is going to be affiliate marketing. Let's generate our ideas. And there's our first result, which is not particularly impressive, I do have to say. It just basically took what I typed in and just put the brand at the end of it. Let's generate some more ideas and see if it comes back with something just a little bit better. Okay, so there's our starting point. You can see we've got some more useful information now. So beginner's guide to affiliate marketing with WPTuts free tutorial, beginner's guide to affiliate marketing, how to make money with affiliate marketing. And again, we can carry on generating more ideas until we find something that we think is in keeping. Okay, so let's just say we like this one. So we'll just click to insert that. And again, you can see that now inserts that inside there. Now, something I would like to see here is that it kind of looks at the character count to try to get as close to possible to that maximum number of characters for SEO purposes. Okay, so what we're going to do this time is we're going to do the description tag. So we're going to copy or open up the description tag, the SEO description tag, the title in your own words. Well, we're going to use the title to the page, which is how to make money from affiliate marketing, which is what we've done as the title for the SEO purposes. And we're going to put affiliate marketing. as the keyword as well. We'll generate some ideas on there and see what this comes back with. Okay, so there's a couple of examples. So this article will help you understand the basics of affiliate marketing to help you start making money online with affiliate programs. Not too bad at all. Let's generate some more ideas and see what we come back with if we get anything a little bit more interesting. Okay, so after a couple of tries, we've come back with this one, which is when it comes to making money online, people tend to think of affiliate marketing as the best way to do it, etc., etc., etc. So, okay, that looks pretty good. We could add that to our favorites so we could kind of come back to it, because you're kind of noticing as you generate more ideas, you lose the old ideas. Now, you can go into the history and take a look at those, and let's take a look at that in a second. So let's just click on this to add it in, and let's go and take a look at the history. So they are all inside there, but it would still be nice, in my opinion, if they stayed inside here so you could scroll through. But maybe that's just a personal opinion. Okay, so now let's take a look at how the long-form content tools work. So this is the long-form content generator section, and you can access this by using the Bertha AI section on the left-hand side, choosing long-form content, depending upon whether your account actually has it. So with that enabled, you can do the same kind of thing. We can give this a title, description, we can set the target audience, the tone of voice, and also any keywords that we want. So sticking with the affiliate marketing, let's just do that again. We'll go ahead, add some kind of description, something simple. We'll leave the target audience, the tone of voice we'll set to be, let's go for witty. And then we can drop in keywords and we just separate these by a comma. So we'll say affiliate marketing. There we go, we dropped in a couple of keywords. So what we can do now is we can go ahead and we can just click on the generate text. Now, as we saw before, this will then go ahead, start generating text based upon what you've inserted into that long form details. Now, it's worth bearing in mind that with any AI tool, and I've tested quite a few, including Jarvis and those kinds of things, you don't always get perfect results. If you kind of consider the fact that you've got someone creating copy for you based upon some simple parameters that you inject into it, you are still the editor. You still have to go back and look at exactly what's being written. Does it make sense? Fact check it. You know, no AI tool is going to be 100% perfect. The more we train them, the better they will get. And when GPT-4 comes out and GPT-5 and so on, all these things are going to get better, but don't consider something like this to be, you can just click that generate button, it's going to write a perfect article for you, perfect blog post, whatever, and then you do nothing with it. You still have to have a level of involvement, but this will speed up the process of working with it. And it doesn't always come back with great results. Sometimes you've got to delete parts of it. Sometimes you've got to give it the option to generate more text. There's lots and lots of things to get used to working with any kind of content generator. Long form being even more sort of involved, because you're asking it to do an awful lot more than just come up with a brief outline for a blog post or an intro paragraph and those kinds of things. So bear that in mind when you use a tool like this. Okay, so now that we've taken a look at adding something like this in, we're not limited to just generating text. We can, if we want to, go underneath, hit the return, drop in generate text. We could change the actual content if we wanted to. We could change this to something else, or we can just leave it as it is. We'll hit generate text again. And sometimes you don't get results. Now, I've spoken to one of the developers today with regards to some of the shortcomings that I felt were involved in the long form content generator. And I've been assured that there are several different things that are coming out in the next couple of days, couple of weeks, with different updates that are being rolled out to improve the user experience when working with this, as well as just Bertha AI in general. So sometimes you have to hit the generate text button twice. That's going to be something that they're going to update so it doesn't generate any information, because for whatever reason, it'll automatically run that generate text a second time. So you won't notice any of this. So let's hit the generate text again and see if anything comes back this time. And there we go. It's now gone through and come up with some additional information. Now we could keep on repeating this process, fine-tuning and refining the words to describe the next section we want, but you can use this in a different way. Let's just remove all of this a second. You can see we're on the long form tab, and we've seen templates in the previous examples that I've given you, but we can kind of combine the two of these together. So again, we can go into templates, we could go into something like blog because we want to create an article, a blog post, and so on. We could then come in and say we want to create a blog post outline like we saw before. So let's hit that. Again, we're going to give this some information. So we're going to call this affiliate marketing for beginners. We'll generate our ideas. There's our ideas. If we find anything inside here is a little bit, so we say, not exactly in keeping with what you want, just hit the report option and simply fill out the information inside there, send a report, and this will help train the AI to get better results. Again, these are all different things. When I was talking with Andrew today about Bertha AI, these are some of the questions I asked, some of the things we kind of raised, talked about, and so on. So I'm excited to see where this is going. There's some things that I can't talk about right now, but they are going to open up a lot more options with what you can do with Bertha AI. It's pretty cool. Okay, so once we've seen this, we can sort of say, well, okay, let's take a look at this. We've got blog post outline, what is affiliate marketing, pros and cons, those kinds of things. So let's just hit that option. Let that insert those in there. We may need to format this ourselves a little bit. You can see it doesn't always sort of separate these bulleted points out. And you might also want to take out the actual bullet points themselves, just so you can have these sort of subheading sections. And now what we can do is we can just hit the back button, go back to our previous step, go back to long form, update this if we want to. So this time let's just say, what is affiliate marketing? So we'll copy that from there, pop that inside there, and we could do the same inside there. So as with all of these tools, the more information you put in, the better the chances of getting more realistic information results coming back. So now we've done that, let's just drop a little bit of space underneath there, and let's try generating text now based around this first bullet point. And there we go. It's now going ahead, writing out a lot more information about what exactly is affiliate marketing. We're kind of training this to get more relevant, more information inside here. And again, you still need to go through, format this, make sure that everything makes sense. Any statistics, facts that they kind of put in there, you need to fact check them. You can't just take those as read. And then we can just kind of go ahead. So the next thing is pros and cons of affiliate marketing. So now we can go ahead, we can just put that in for the subtitle. So we'll just drop that inside there, and we'll say, well, we just drop the same thing in there. Let's try that. Okay, so let's just make a bit of space underneath. We'll generate our text again. So again, we've got another section. Again, we need to make sure that everything is relevant inside here, but you can kind of go ahead and repeat this process until you end up with an article that kind of covers all the information that you want, using the long form tools, using the templates if you want to have opening paragraphs, so on and so forth. So that's a kind of quick look at what we can do with the long form generator. Now there's a couple of other things I want to sort of show you finally with regards to Bertha AI in general, not so much using it inside your WordPress site. So we're going to hop over to my Bertha.ai account, and inside there what we can do is, let's just say you're working with clients and you want to give them access to your Bertha AI account. But you don't want to give them access to the dashboard, you just want to give them access inside their WordPress website. Well, you can do that inside here. You can allocate a set number of words per month out of your total pool, and this works in a very similar fashion to what you can do with a tool like ShortPixel. You can do the same thing in there, and I've done that with clients, so that's pretty cool. You can activate and deactivate your account inside here as well, so you can manage and maintain all of this inside your Bertha AI account, and you can then dole this out to various different clients if you want to, and then charge them a recurring fee. So we talked about the pricing at the beginning, we talked about the pay-as-you-go side of things. So there's also one other thing I want to talk about, and that's the fact that they actually offer a free plan. So if you sign up, you can actually have access to most of the tools right now, and this may change in the future, and you get a allotted amount of words per month, and they are free forever. So that's pretty cool. So if you want to try this out and you want to try out most of the features you have inside the different accounts, I mean the pro account gives you obviously more, just sign up for a free account, take it for a spin and see what you think of it, which I think is a pretty good option. So let me give you my feedback on Bertha AI. Do I think it's perfect? No. Do I think any of the AI tools out there, including what is probably the most well-known, which is Jarvis, do I think that is perfect? No. All of these things have limitations. They are getting better, but the reality is we still need to have an involvement inside this. So you can use it to give you ideas, to form structure, to streamline the content creation process, but you still need to be involved, checking everything to make sure it's all in place. What I do like about this is the fact that you can have a free account to test things out and you get X number of words and you can use that forever with no charge at all. So if you only have small requirements, this may be a perfect option for you. Then you can take a look at the different plans if you want to move up. So That's my basic view of Bertha AI. If you want to find out more, there's links in the description so you can check that out. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback, let me know. And just as a final thing, I will be taking a look at seeing if I can get Andrew and I can get Vito onto a live stream one evening, and we can have a look over Bertha AI. We can talk about it. You can post your questions, you can give your feedback, and we're going to have a conversation about that. So if you'd like to be notified as soon as that comes online, make sure you subscribe to the channel to be notified when new content is released. As always, my name is Paul C. This is WPTuts, and until next time, take care.